Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for joining. It's lovely to have you along. It's class number 135. And if you're here, you've got to do some yoga. So the next 45 minutes are for you. Well done for making it this far. I think it's always a victory every time you make it onto your mat. So nicely done. And if you're watching on catch up, then yeah, what a fantastic experience that is in terms of all of the content that the Virtual Village or Royal Voluntary Service bring to you, whether it be yoga or Pilates or any of the other amazing dance classes and all the creativity, cooking. Yeah, there's so much good content, isn't there? So yeah, you can see on the bar there, you can check more information out about us at spaceofbriefcollective.co.uk. We are a cooperative wellness center, I guess you'd call us. I'm not really sure what it is. It started as a very small yoga studio and grew into something very different, but we're a not-for-profit cooperative based right in the centre of Leicester, about 10 minutes walk from here. This is my flat. I'm not there today, but I was there earlier, and but I like practicing from here. It's a nice space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get back on my mat. You guys get nice and comfortable. We're going to start from a seated position. We're going to do a little bit of body awareness and breath, and then we'll start to move a little bit. So you can do this first bit in a chair, or if you want to prop yourself up against a wall, feel free to do that. But excuse me while I just move back there, and let me just make sure everything's looking good. I will probably slide back without standing and come to a comfortable position that works for you right now. So for me, cross-legged is quite nice. If you're new to yoga, then sometimes sitting on the floor can be a little bit challenging. So if you want to place something underneath, maybe a book or a block or a cushion, if you want to lean up against the wall. In fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to lean up against the wall. Sometimes nice to have something against your back. So if you have a wall available, you can just kind of like rest your back onto the wall and then maybe place your head kind of like on the back of the wall as well. Well, I'm on a radiator and it doesn't matter. So you've got loads of length in your spine. Kind of roll your shoulders a little bit. Think about breathing deeply into your belly. And if it feels safe, close your eyes and just notice what you brought onto your mat today. Maybe your first conscious breaths of the day so far. It's 2:30 in the afternoon, so quite naturally, this time can be a little bit of a lull for us. Sometimes feel a bit sleepy and tired. Sometimes we do sleep at this time of the day. Just a little sleep can be really good for us. But notice where you are energetically. Notice how your energetic levels are. And then a great opportunity just to scan your body. Notice any areas that feel tight, any areas that need a little bit of attention. And if you have got any of those areas in your body, you probably do, then send the breath deep down into those spaces. And then as you send the breath deep down into those spaces, then notice how your breath feels. Maybe with a little bit more intention, maybe a little bit more energy in the breath. But just that fact or that simple practice of noticing your breath in your body can be really empowering. So maybe inhaling for a count of around 3 or 4. It doesn't have to be too long. Exhaling for the same amount of time. Nice deep inhales. And full exhales. Take 3 more breaths like that. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Deep inhale. Full exhale. And one more like that. Nice deep inhale. Maybe your deepest so far. And your fullest exhale. Beautiful. And then however you're sat, just rub your hands together at heart center. Keep your eyes closed if that feels safe, feels comfortable. And then create a little bit more heat in your palms. And then if your eyes are closed, bring the hands over your eyes. And then just blink your eyes open. Notice how that feels. Maybe bring your hands to heart center. Namaste. Welcome to class. Beautiful, everyone. If you're sat against the wall, then maybe come away from the wall just a little bit. If you're in a chair, you can do these next movements in a chair. If you're on the floor, maybe lengthen your legs out, give them a little shake, have a little roll for your ankles. We're going to do a little bit of twisting, but not too vigorously. So as I say, you can do all of that stuff seated. It's exactly the same principle. If you're seated in a chair, bring your soles of the feet on the floor so you're nice and relaxed and your spine is nice and long. If you're with me on the floor, then have your legs crossed. And then when you're ready, take an inhale. Just sweep your arms up into the air. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. 2 more times. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. This time, inhale, sweep the arms up. Clasp the hands, push the palms up towards the sky. Press the sit bones down into the floor of the chair. And then just stretch out through the arms here. Every inhale, find length. Every exhale, just come into a nice little bend. Doesn't matter which side. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the other side. Inhaling up, lifting out from the center of the chest, the heart, the sacrum. Exhale. You're always inhaling back. Nice. Beautiful. Simple movements, right? Little lateral stretch, not about how deep you go. It's just about trying to keep the shoulders nice and relaxed and just feeling that bend and that stretch into the side of the body. Next time you inhale, come all the way back up. You probably want to release your hands down and then bring your hands onto your knees and then just begin to circle your torso around your hips. Little bit of movement here. It doesn't matter which way you're going. Maybe match the movement with breath. So you can inhale here and then you can exhale as you round. Inhale as you come forward. Exhale as you round your spine. And remember the depth, kind of the intensity, the speed, it's all up to you, right? You're feeling a little tender, then you can always be a little bit more upright. You're sat in a chair, hands are probably on the knees or the thighs, and you're just drawing little circles, whatever works for you. Keep the space nice and relaxed. If it feels good for you, close the eyes and just breathe here. Just rotate your torso around your hips. Stir your pot of energy, I guess. You know, a lot of our energy lies dormant in our hips and our waist. We're thinking about moving that energy up. When you're ready, inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, just swap it out. Come back the other way. Noticing any differences side to side. Maybe the difference is very subtle. Nice. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, let the breath go. One more like that. Nice deep inhale. And a full exhale. Beautiful. This time, fingertips down onto your mat. Have a little wriggle around if you want. In fact, if you want to move your shins and kind of bring the other shin in front, then feel free to do that. Take an inhale, sweep your arms up into the air. As you exhale, just twist over to the right. So you bring the right fingertips behind the left hand will quite naturally come onto the right knee or maybe inside the right thigh. Every inhale, find length. Every exhale, twist. So we're thinking about length in the spine more than anything here. You can keep your chin in line with your sternum so your chin doesn't move too much. We've got plenty of opportunity to move into the neck, which we'll do in a moment. But think about your navel more than anything else. So every inhale, find length in your spine. Every exhale, just twist a little deeper. One more like that. Deep inhale. And a full exhale. Come all the way back to center. Take an inhale, sweep your arms up. As you exhale, twist over to the left. So right hand, left knee, left hand behind. Inhale, find length. Exhale into your twist. Nice deep inhale. And a full exhale. Two more like that. Deep inhale. Full exhale. One more deep inhale. And a full exhale. Beautiful. Come back to center. Bring the legs out nice and wide, and then just drop the knees either side. If you're on a chair, then you can just bring the legs a little bit wider. Maybe just drop the knees a little bit to either side from there. Beautiful. Find the movements that your body kind of craves at the moment. And then bring the soles of the feet on the floor. Bring your hands just onto your knees. Inhale, find length. Exhale, just round your spine. So like an adapted seated cat-cow. Inhale forward. Exhale round. Inhale. Spine elongates, belly spills out. Exhale, belly back to the spine. Upper spine rounds. Obviously, if you're on a chair, this is a movement which is accessible to you with the soles of the feet on the floor. Find your rhythm. Find your own individual shape that works for you. Nice simple movements. One more. Inhale, spine elongates, heart center lifts. Exhale, deeply round the spine, tuck the chin in towards the navel. Then come back to a neutral spine, and then either staying where you are in the chair or coming back to a seated position. Have a little rock around, little roll about, whatever feels good for you. Maybe press into the fingertips. And then we'll just do that for a moment. Think about your length of your arms. Press your fingertips down into the earth. Just breathe here. So you feel the activation through the arms, into the shoulders, the shoulder blades. Maybe the collarbones activate a little bit. And then think about how your head is positioned. Remember, if you sat against the wall at the start of the class, maybe finding that alignment of your neck and your head and your spine. Everything's balanced perfectly. Loads of room to breathe into. If it feels good, close the eyes. And maybe something as subtle as the fingertips just pressing down into the earth. Breathe it out here. So we think about yoga as not just kind of part of a practice of breathing. Breathing is the practice of yoga, right? So we're bringing the breath, the mind, the body, everything comes together. Beautiful. Nice. And then flatten the palms down onto the floor. Keep the left palm flattened down, so really press down. Again, if you're in a chair, maybe you bring the palm just to the side of the chair. Inhale your right arm over to the left. So you feel this big lateral stretch. As you exhale, just move to the right. So find a flow that works for you. Inhale left, exhale right. So hopefully you'll feel this in the side of the body, the side of the ribs, down into the hips. Inhaling left, exhaling right. If you wanted to kind of turn the arm to where turn the head to where the arm is lifted, feel free to do that. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Side to side movement. Nice. Couple more either side. One more. Top arm is lifted, bring it all the way down, press the fingertips into the earth, nice deep inhale here. Full exhale. Any movements that feel good. I'm going to stay exactly where I am. I feel quite comfortable, but if you want to uncross the legs, give them a little shake out, feel free to do that. And then again, if you're still sat, that's all good. You can stay there, hands onto the knees. Inhale your shoulders up, exhale your shoulders down. So quite a powerful breath if you can find it. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Inhale as the shoulders come up. You kind of wear them like earrings. Exhale, drop the shoulder blades down your back. Staying super relaxed with the jaw. Three more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Beautiful. And then a little bit of movement through the neck. We're going to do two postures through the neck. So this one's nice and simple. Think about your head balanced on top of your spine. Take an inhale, just move your head over to the left. As you exhale, just move your head over to the right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Your neck might feel a little bit tight here, so maybe move really cautiously. Notice any tension in your body. Inhaling left. Exhaling right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Two more either side. Inhale left. Exhale right. One more. Inhale left. And exhale right. Inhale, come all the way back to center. Nice. From here, inhale the arms up into the air. And then with the arms nice and neutral, in line with your shoulders, drop the left fingertips down. And then bring your right arm behind. And then drop your left ear down towards your left shoulder. So with this right arm hovering and behind, you might play around with this. Now, I like to keep my chin nice and low. And if I keep my chin low down to my left collarbone, then I can really begin to feel this stretch in the right-hand side of my neck. If it feels too strong, just bring that right hand down. But feel free to kind of play around with the sensations. Maybe you turn the palm up. Maybe you turn the palm down. Breathing deeply here. Beautiful. Nice. So we'll do this really slowly. Keep the head where it is. Keep your head where it is. Bring the right hand down. So both fingertips are on the floor. Then bring your left palm of your hand onto your left temple. Push your head back to center. And then we'll just swap that out. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Drop the right ear down to the right shoulder. And then do what you need to do with that left hand. Maybe it's lifted. Maybe it's not. First couple of breaths are just working out what you need to do. So again, for me, the more I relax the right ear down, the more I drop my chin down to my shoulder, the more I kind of rotate that left palm up, the more I feel it in the left-hand side of my neck, down through my shoulder. It's like I can really breathe and sense the tightness there. And I just notice what I need to do to release it. Take one more round of breath. And then really slowly flatten that right palm down. And the left. Then lift out through the right palm. Push your head back to center. And then just drop your chin all the way down to your collarbones. And just give the chin a little rock out. Finding the hands wherever they feel good. And then we'll do one more movement here. So maybe just lean back into the hands. Give yourself an opportunity just to move out. Find a movement that feels good for you. Really nice, everyone. Beautiful, beautiful work. And when you're ready, just bring your shins all the way up to center. All right. Final thing we're going to do is a little spinal flex. So the hands will be on the front shin. You can do this in a chair with your hands on your knees. It's kind of like a cat-cow, but we do it a bit quicker. So I'll show you the movement. You inhale, your chest is forward, your spine elongates. As you exhale, you round your spine. So that's the movement. So it's that backwards and forwards. And you think about your pelvis is kind of rocking forwards and backwards. Head remains nice and still. And think about your navel and your lumbar spine, your lower spine. And it's just that movement there. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. The hands are just there as a guide. You're not holding on too much. All the movement is driven from your navel center. If it feels safe and you've got into a nice rhythm that doesn't feel like too cumbersome or too awkward, then maybe close your eyes. Keeping the face nice and relaxed. So this movement we kind of bring together, when we do Spinal Care Week, I think it's called, that the Virtual Village Hall do from time to time, I think a couple of times a year. This one is amazing for your spine. And we're going to keep moving the spine, don't worry. But for now, let's just go a little bit longer, another 30 seconds. See if you can kind of really zone into the movement. Inhale, bring the chest forward, lift the head, lift the heart. As you exhale, let the breath go. One more like that. Deep inhale. And a full exhale. Beautiful, really nice. From here, we're just going to go on to all fours. So do that really slowly. We've been sat there for a good 23, 24 minutes. If you've been in a chair, then you can come off the chair, hopefully. And if you feel anything going on in your knees, pad your knees out and then give your legs a good stretch out. I always like to do this movement. It feels good. Kind of press into the toes. It's quite nice sometimes just to rock backwards and forwards. Feel the full length of your legs. Just stretch it out, maybe into the soles of your feet. And then come back to center and kind of move in the other leg. Maybe it feels a little bit different. Breathe in deeply here. Nice. And then come back to center. Knees stacked underneath the hips. Spread out for your fingers. Press the palms down. And then when you're ready, take an inhale. Drop your belly down. Lift your head, lift your heart. As you exhale, round your spine. So there's your movement. This is your inhale. Spine elongates. Head and the heart lift. Exhale. Push into the hands. Separate the shoulders. Round the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Three more. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, split the knees wide, and quite familiar pose, come into child's pose. Nice and relaxing, calming. Sink your heart down towards the floor. Breathe it out here. Deep inhales. Full exhales. Deep inhale. And a full exhale. One like that. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Beautiful. Come all the way back to center. And then what you're going to do is you're going to step your right foot back. So you're in this kind of all fours position, but with the right leg extended. And then have a quick look. See if you can look beyond your left shoulder. Look down through the left shoulder. And then just cross the right foot over the left foot. So the right leg is long, the left knee is bent, and then you just press into the right toes. Now there can be a little bit of movement here. That can feel quite nice. A little bit rocking side to side. Maybe draw some circles with the shoulders, and then notice that weight in the hands. Just feel that stretch out. Maybe just turning the gaze to the left. That can feel really good. As you turn the gaze to the left, see if you can find that kind of activation through the outer right hip. This is an area we can become really tight in. Nothing too crazy here, just little movements. And then when you're ready, just come back to center and then swap that out. Lengthen out through the left leg. Left toe is right in the bottom left corner of your mat, crossing over the right knee. And same thing, maybe you look behind. That can feel quite good. You can rock forwards. You can rock back. You can draw circles. Whatever feels good for you. Nice. And then come all the way back to center. And then keep the knees and the hips stacked. And then just walk your hands forward. And see if you can just melt your forehead down onto the floor. This is melting heart pose. No need to move deeper than this. Maybe keep the forearms lifted. Stretch out through the fingers and feel this long elongation of the spine. Feel that deep release through the shoulders. And just breathe deeply here. Every inhale, just find a little bit of length. Press your hands down into the earth. Every exhale, sink the belly and the heart a little further down towards the floor. Take one more breath like this. Deep inhale. And a full exhale. Slowly walk the hands back. Come all the way back to all fours. And we're going to come to stand, but we're going to do it really simply. Press into your toes. Bring your hands down by your hips. And then just roll all the way up. Come to stand. Nice, everyone. Really beautiful. And then find yourself just standing at the top of your mat. I'm just going to move my mat very slightly. Excuse me while I do that. Just want to give myself a little bit more room. Make any adjustments while I make adjustments. That can feel quite nice. Have the feet about hip width apart. Maybe come, I don't know. We're not going to flow too much from this point. So come about a third down your mat. Give yourself loads of room. Then just roll your shoulders up. Big shoulder rolls. And then come back the other way. Worry about what these look like. Kind of release any tension. We've done quite a lot in the shoulders. Stay where you are. I'm going to face you just so you can see what I'm doing. Place your right hand on your heart. Inhale, left arm to the left. Exhale, right arm to the right. Nice big expansive movement. Let the head go with this twist. Inhale left, exhale right. Just slow it down just a little bit. Let the hands drop. Kind of lose lose control completely. Nice. And then when you're ready, you can stay exactly where you are, but really plant your feet nice and wide. Line them up with the long edges of your mat. Let's take an inhale. Sweep your arms up. As you exhale, hinge at the hips, standing forward fold. So we're just going to keep doing that. Inhale, press into the feet. Sweep the arms up. As you exhale, frame your hands to heart center. Nice. Enjoy these movements. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, hinging at the hips, coming all the way down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to the heart. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, press into the feet, root to rise. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then this time, inhale up. And then as you exhale, just fold in and then just stay down nice and low. Maybe grab hold of the knees or just let the head be loose and sway from side to side. Big bend in the knees. Kind of hold on to the backs of the legs or the front of the shins, the ankles. The fingertips might be down on the floor. Whatever feels good for you. Root your feet down into the earth. Maybe you grab opposite elbows. Whatever feels good for you, just bring those movements in. And just breathe here, breathe really deeply. Feel your lower spine, just release it. Maybe feel your hamstrings activate just a little bit as you rock the weight into the toes. And then if you had your hands like me on opposite elbows, bring them down. And then just roll all the way up. Have your hands dangling. Treat yourself just to come to rise all the way up. And then again, just maybe stay exactly where you are. I'm going to turn and face you again. We're going to do a little balance. So root down through your right foot. And then bring your left knee up. And then just grab around your left knee. Nice and simple. I say it's nice and simple. I'm about to have a little wobble around. Nice. It's all right. Wobbling is good. Find a gaze point. Find something that works for you. And then just breathe it out here. Nice. Beautiful. When you're ready, drop that knee down. Give the legs a little shake and then just come to the other side. Notice what it feels like side to side. See if it feels different. Notice where your balance is today. Really press down into 4 corners of your feet. Breathe it out. Nice. Take 1 more round of breath. Just treat yourself here in this nice balance. And when you're ready, just bring the legs down. Give the legs a good shake out and then come back to the top of your mats. A little bit of flow. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. As you exhale, fold in deep, come down. And then this time, just draw a length into your spine. So come up halfway, spine is nice and long, shoulders are relaxed. As you exhale, bring your hands down, step 1 foot back and the other. And then separate the feet wide, maybe look down towards the feet. And then inhale, just come into your plank. Remember, you can be here, you can drop the knees, or you can be here where you're in a high plank. Nice, everyone. Take 1 more deep inhale. And then as you exhale, drop the knees and then lower all the way down onto your belly. Nice. Walk the elbows back underneath your shoulders and then just come into Sphinx pose. Feet are nice and wide. Get really generous with the feet. Beautiful. And then just let the belly relax. Maybe you feel this deep stretch through the belly. You'll feel it in the lumbar spine and see if you can relax your shoulder blades down your back. Maybe close your eyes and then feel the sensations here. Won't be here for too long, just a few more breaths. Really beautiful, everyone. Keep the breath flowing within the body. And then when you're ready, wing your elbows out nice and wide, and then just come all the way down. Make a pillow for your head. Maybe look to the right. It doesn't really matter which way you look. Have a little wriggle out through the hips if that feels good, or just finding some stillness that works for you. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to bring ourselves into a cobra pose, but we're going to go nice and wide. Now, obviously, if you've got a lot going on with the shoulders, do normal cobra where the hands are stacked underneath and your elbows are tucked in. This version, going nice and wide. To press into the fingers, really root down into the tops of the feet to stabilize your spine. Take an inhale, lift the chest. You don't have to come up too far. As you exhale, come all the way back down. Maybe your forehead kisses the floor. Inhale, come up. Exhale, draw yourself really slowly to the floor. You find a depth that works for you. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, slowly with control coming down. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, come all the way down. And then if you had your head turned to one side, turn it to the other. Relax here. And just breathe it out. Nice, beautiful. Right, we're going to do something similar, but we're going to turn this into a little bit of a twist. So bring the hands in line with the shoulders, get nice and wide, elbows bent. And then as you take an inhale, lift up, and then see if you can just flatten that right hand or right forearm down towards the floor. Look over to the left. As you exhale, come all the way back down. Inhale, flatten the left arm down towards the floor. Look over to the right. Exhale down. So there's your movement. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Left arm flattens. Looking to the right. Exhale down. Gentle movements. Don't push it too far. 2 more either side. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. Inhaling up to the right. Exhaling all the way down. Final one. Inhale, flatten the right palm down. Look over to the left. Exhale down. Here we go. Over to the right. And exhale, come down. Nice. Big pillow with the hands. And then just release your head and turn to one side. Just breathe it out here. Beautiful. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Press yourself back to all fours. And then just let the head be really loose. And just circle your head out just a little bit. Side to side. When you're ready, just move for a few rounds of cat and cow. So releasing the neck, releasing the spine. Seeing what you need here just to totally let go. Couple more complete rounds. Inhale, come back to center, and then knees nice and wide. Just come into your final child's pose. Just take 2 more rounds of breath. And then when you're ready, walk the hands back towards the knees. And then just come to lie down on your backs. Simplest way, I guess, is to just move the hands to one side, flip the knees over. You can lie down any way that feels good for you. Hook the knees in towards your belly, squeeze the knees in. And then a nice simple twist here. Open the arms out, nice and wide. Hopefully you've got enough room. And then just drop your knees over to the left. Inhale your knees back to center. And then as you exhale, drop your knees over to the right. So a little bit of side to side. Inhale to center. Exhale to the side. If this feels too much in the hips, in the back, then place the feet down and do it this way with the feet planted. So I'll leave it up to you. You know your body more than me, and I trust you guys just to take care of yourselves. Work out what you need in this moment. But always inhale into center, always exhaling, letting the knees fall. A couple more times either side. There's no rush. Let's take them really slowly. Next time your knees are back to center, hug them in. Maybe squeeze the forehead up towards the knees. And then as you exhale, find your Shavasana. Go nice and wide with the feet. Bring your palms facing up. Put on some extra clothes. A little chilly now, so if you want to put on some extra socks, maybe a blanket. And just spend the next couple of minutes or so, just spend that time just letting go completely, relaxing the body, relaxing the mind. Find that perfect shape for you. Beautiful. I'm just going to read this little passage to you as you settle in here for the last couple of minutes. It's about yoga and self-care. We live in a culture that constantly bombards us with contrary messages. On one hand, we are forever being sneakily encouraged to believe that we're falling short and that happiness could be achieved if only we were to eat better or look sharper, work harder. Yet on the other hand, we're always being told that we deserve to be limitlessly indulged, that we're worth it, that we should spoil ourselves. So it's little surprise that so many of us get trapped into a cycle of self-flagellation and self-indulgence. Faddy diets followed by binges, ridiculous overwork followed by expensive spa breaks. And too often yoga, at least superficially, can find itself slipping into either camp, either in the form of a punishing hot aerobics-like class, or the other extreme, simply another form of me time, like a popcorn movie or a pedicure. But the point of the practice is its capacity to break you out of the denial indulgence cycle by rebalancing your relationship with yourself. And this is done through authentic self-care, which is genuinely, profoundly, maybe even life-changingly nourishing. And that's because it's the product of authentically listening to your body and your mind and your heart, a kind of deep inquiry into where you are. Because we're not always the same, and there's no reason we should be. All of us exist in cycles, from the moment-to-moment cycles of breath to the grand cycle of life and plenty more in between. Women's needs change throughout the menstrual cycle, just as our needs change as we enter middle age. And everyone's needs change throughout the cycle of the day. Throughout the year too, you'll find yourself drawn to different ways of practicing, depending on the season. In the summer, maybe in the winter, maybe in the autumn. All of these are different, maybe grounding sequences, maybe things that are stiller, maybe more buoyant sequences. The truth of the matter, though, is that you won't know until you really listen. And it's only then that you're able to tune into what you need. And exactly the nature of the inquiry, the radical attention, total openness and non-judgment, that means it's not simply a diagnostic tool, but also a form of future-proofing, a way of making life that you do your best not to get run down in the first place. And this is the true purpose of self-care. And the thing that elevates it from more or mere individualism into a collective good. looking after yourself, harnessing the genuinely calming power of your breath, taking steps to sleep right, avoiding burnout, finding balance lightens the load on the healthcare system, and just generally adds to the gaiety of the nation. Self-care isn't selfish, it's essential to society's well-being. I really like that. It's beautiful. If you're in Shavasana still, then feel free just to bring some movement in and to maybe hug your knees and maybe stretch your arms above your head, maybe revitalize the body with the breath. And we'll eventually all meet in a seated position. I'm going to sit over my bolster. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. Beautiful work this afternoon. Well done if you've joined. And we'll slowly bring our hands to heart center. And just with a wholehearted bow, we'll finish this really simply. I'd like you to wish yourself well and wish everybody else well. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. It's really nice to practice with you this afternoon. If you're interested in that reading, it's from this book. It's called Yoga, A Manual of Life, Naomi Anand. It's a beautiful book, one that I highly recommend. Lots of different sequences in there, postures. Yeah, it's a really beautiful book, and there's some real nice wisdom within this book. So yeah, give it a go. Check it out. It's one that I turn to quite a lot. Right, let me just do this. I'm going to turn the comments back on and say hello to the people that said hello to me. Hello to you, Jackie. Hi, Irene. Yeah, not my words, wise words from Naomi, and I really love them. I think they're amazing. And she's got some really beautiful yoga online as well, so check her out. All right, thank you so much for joining today. It's really nice to see you. I'm off to Cumbria this afternoon. I've got one more class to teach, and then off to the lakes for a couple of days. And the weather looks good tomorrow, and then it looks really bad over the weekend, but Friday I shall be walking in the hills. So feel blessed to be able to do that. So whatever you're doing, have a great time, and try and do a little bit of breathing, maybe a little bit of moving. All right, everyone, look after yourselves. Nice to see you. Take care. Bye-bye.